most of this episode we have been talking about the New York Knicks, but they have been rumored to get Zion Williamson. We don't know when, but this rumor started because after he dropped 34 on the Knicks and the Pelicans lost, a reporter asked him, where's your favorite place to play? And Zion basically said, New York might be my favorite place to play outside of New Orleans. I can't lie to you. He said it with the biggest smile on his face, which showed you that he wanted to be a New York Knick. He wanted to be drafted here, but instead the Pelicans got him, and now they're going to ruin the first couple of years of his career.
Ruin strong, but okay.
Yeah. So I think they will, because David Griffin, especially after hearing the stories of how they did J.J. Redick, I understand it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like some grimy stuff is going on there.
Okay.
And especially look at the roster that they constructed around Zion this year. Very horrible construction. I'm still banking on Zion's talent, but I don't know how good of a job they're going to do constructing and surrounding players that fit Zion's play style and help him. But Zion is obviously a great player. He's averaging about 27 points per game this year, 7 rebounds, 3.7 assists per game, shooting 61% from the field and 30% from three. But I don't understand why this narrative of Zion to the Knicks has all of a sudden, blown up and had everybody talk about it.
You good, bro.
Woj also blew it up. Woj said that it's something to watch down the road. I don't understand why. Zion is in his second year of his rookie contract. He still has 3 more years left on his contract. And why do we always assume these small market players are going to leave? In the recent years, we look at some examples, right? Giannis stayed with the Milwaukee Bucks. Bradley Beal stayed in Washington. Dame stayed in Portland. Donovan Mitchell signed a huge contract with Utah. Those are all small market teams. So why do we automatically assume that Zion is going to leave New Orleans? If Zion offers him a $100 plus $200 million contract, he's not leaving the Pelicans. He's taking the money. That's a fact. And my problem with this narrative as a whole is that us as Knicks fans always get blamed when star players don't come to the Mecca. But we're never the ones that really start that rumor. When KD and Kyrie were heading into free agency, Stephen A. Smith basically said he basically guaranteed KD and Kyrie were going to the Knicks. And then they ended up going to the Nets. And for me, I don't think that's fair to Knicks fans, because the only fans that constantly mock players going to their team are the Miami Heat. This past season, you look at Kawhi, Oladipo, that did happen. James Harden, Ben Simmons was mocked there at a point. LaMarcus Aldridge.
They trying to get everybody.
Sounds like the Lakers.
Every single star. And I think, in my opinion, the Miami Heat fan base is the most annoying fan base in the NBA right now, currently.
Okay.
They didn't want to trade Tyler Hero for James Harden. I still remember that vividly, which is the most ridiculous thing ever.
That is pretty dumb.
So for me, I think that the Knicks fans have gotten a lot of slack when this stuff does not happen, but it's always the media's fault. They're the ones that create this narrative. Zion, I don't think he's going to be a New York Knick anytime soon. If he is, it's going to be way down the road, not anytime soon. So I don't even know why this is a narrative.
I think Zion is one of those guys who's probably going to rock it out for life. With the way his character is, the type of guy he is, he's pretty quiet, nice, really nice kid. He tends to be to himself. He doesn't like the spotlight too much. I think this is the type of guy who looks like he's going to stay there for life. But it does put you guys in like a bad spotlight, because, we love Twitter. We're always on Twitter. And you can see it on Twitter, Knicks supposed to get this, and then people start bashing Knicks fans. It definitely puts you guys in a bad energy, and it makes you guys think like you guys are putting up this narrative that you're really getting this player, when in the sense it's not y'all, it's the people in the media. And when in reality, it's the Heat fans that do that more than Knicks fans. It's just people love to bash Knicks fans so much. I'm one of those people that love to do it. It's quite fun to bash Knicks fans. But this is definitely something that is mad weird. I don't know where Woj got this story from. The only way it would be logical is a trade.
The story came from Zion saying
that he loved playing
He said that before he got drafted, though.
He did say that, too.
He said that before he got drafted, because they played St. John's that year in MSG, and he said, I love playing.
Yeah, Zion said it's his second favorite place to play outside of New Orleans, which means it's his first. Because
he just threw that in there to not disrespect.
You're not picking the Smoothie King Center over the Madison Square Garden. You're just not.
Yeah, so like he just said that obviously just to kill the noise, but he's been like they're trying to make it bigger than what it is. He been said that when he was in college playing with Duke that he loved playing in the Garden. So this is just water under the bridge in my opinion.
So you think he's a for lifer? Pelicans.
I don't think so.
I think he gives me that like I know this is early, but I think he's right now he gives me that Dame Steph vibe. Like he's gonna rock it out for
I feel
life.
like LeBron gave me that same vibe in the first go around in Cleveland.
Nah, he was trying to chase MJ. It was different.
But he was from home. That's his home. Like no one ever thought LeBron was leaving home.
Nah, I mean, I don't think he's trying to chase anybody.
I feel you. Zion has a personality that just you easily gravitate to. Dude has a smile from ear to ear every time you see him talking. Dude's a sweetie.
Yeah,
That being, hey, what's wrong with saying he's a sweetie? Bro's a sweetie. That being said, crazier things have happened in the NBA. That's all right. Crazier things have happened in the NBA. He's a sweetie. Bro's a sweetie. Every time a reporter's talking to him, bro has a smile from ear to ear for whatever reason. Bro's just smiling. Cool. Hell yeah. That being said, RJ Barrett and him, were they not roommates at Duke?
Yes,
they were. They're actually best friends. They all actually
Julius
have a group
Randle
chat.
and Zion, they're actually boys off the court, 100%. It's come out and they've said that they talk, they communicate. Randle helps them out in New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
That being said, why? Like I feel you. It's years down the road. I would not be surprised if Zion took his talents to New York.
I think it can happen.
Who would hate on Zion if he left New Orleans to come to the Mecca of basketball,
New Orleans,
the media capital of the world?
Zion is
New Orleans. That's it. No one hated on AD other than Pelicans fans.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Other than Pelicans fans,
they destroyed him.
But Pelicans fans, and that's that. No disrespect to that fan base, it's nowhere near as big as the Lakers and or the Knicks. So you know what I mean? He would be considered a basketball god if he came to New York and he delivered a championship.
Zion is a second contractor. What that means is that after his second contract, he's leaving, which means he's going to leave at like 27, 28 years old in the prime of his career and then go to play with the Knicks.
So
I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but if the Knicks still have that great culture and they have the money, that's something that can happen and will happen if the stars align.
So why can't you see him leaving after his first contract? Let's say the Pelicans do absolutely nothing to cater to his style of basketball.
Restricted free agency.
Yeah, well, the Pelicans
okay.
going to match anything anybody offers to Zion, regardless.
All right.
And he can ask for a trade.
That's what I'm saying. Kyrie got out of there before his second contract.
But he wasn't restricted. He's coming.
But that's what I'm saying.
He's coming off a rookie deal.
Kyrie requested a trade prior to his. I want to say it was his 5th year.
But if we're projecting Zion to be the player that we think he's going to be, which is a top 5 player in the NBA, why is that crazy to say? You think that's crazy to say?
What's wrong with that, dude?
No, wait, no, don't do that to make it seem. I'm just saying you said we're all projected. I didn't project that, so don't say we're all.
No, but obviously,
why
the
isn't
face
that a projection?
you gave made
because
it seem like you don't think so.
No, the face that I gave was the fact that you just threw. What you just said something. And
so
assumed that I
your
agree
projection is not a top 5 player in the NBA?
No, I don't think Zion will be a top 5 player in the NBA.
Why not?
Because I just feel like there's going to be other players better than him.
Bro, how old is he now? Is 20 flat. Last year, he averaged 28 on 19 games. And he's, people thought it was a fluke when ESPN came out and said that he was going to be a top 20 player this season. Everyone freaked out. I think he was number 19. Bro's doing the exact same thing.
And where is he now?
But is
top
that
15,
is
top
that
20? Maybe.
Without a doubt, he's top 15 right now.
Oh, that's a stretch.
Without a doubt, I'm putting Zion top 15 right now.
He's having a top 15 season, I think.
I can name you like 17 players better.
Is Jaylen Brown better than him?
No, but he's not my top 15.
Is Paul George better than him?
Yes. What the hell?
That's cap. That is cap.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
We're doing this right now.
Bro.
Are you serious?
No, let's not do this right now.
All right, because
he thinks Zion's better than Paul George. You obviously think Paul George is better because you like Paul George. But I'm not saying that. I'm not.
Listen, I'm not telling you to take sides.
But let's
just
say this, okay? Back to Zion potentially going to the Knicks one day. If he is projected to be that top 5 player that most people outside of River thinks that he's going to be, that means that even if he requests a trade, they won't grant it. They're not trading him unless his contract is up or they're getting a haul back for him. I think Kyrie was in a different situation because he wasn't a top 10 player, so.
I mean, he was coming off a championship.
No,
he hit the second greatest shot
No, you're thinking of the
No, he
wrong
was
year.
coming off a loss.
He lost in 5.
Yeah.
Regardless,
smoked
he'd
out.
still he lost in 5 to
Smoked
KD,
out.
Clay, and Curry.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with anything.
James Harden lost in 7.
That team was better than the Cavs.
No, it wasn't.
That
They
year
were
after,
around the same. They were around the
LeBron,
same.
Kevin Love, Kyrie's better than.
don't say Kevin Love like that. LeBron carried that squad. Kyrie
so Harden,
carried
Chris
Kyrie.
Paul, and
27
Capella
that
is a better
2017.
trio than LeBron, Kyrie, and Love.
Go ahead and say something dumb.
The only reason I say no is because LeBron he gives you a better chance to win more than anyone.
You won in 5. You lost in 5, and they lost in 7. So what chance did he really give? I'm so confused.
I mean, what is LeBron going to do? I mean, Kevin Love
And they
had
won
no
on a
production.
historical 3-point shooting night too.
Not only did he lose in 5, James Harden played them again and lost in 6. So it's like
The very next year, LeBron got
I'm not
swept.
really trying to hear that.
So what you're saying, LeBron got swept with George Hill, Ronnie. We're going off topic, but regardless, George Hill, Rodney Hood.
I'm not even counting that year. I'm talking about the year before we
You're
lost in
saying
5.
swept. Kyrie, his head was completely out of it. Bro did not play. He didn't talk to anyone that entire playoff run.
Okay, yeah.
That's our second best player at
That
the
was
time.
going to make you win another game if he was talking to you guys.
The team chemistry.
You know why Houston went 7 with them?
'Cause he had
they,
CP3
No, because
who
they
was-
played defense. You played.
If
the Cavs
CP3
didn't play that
was
defense.
playing Game 6 or 7, they would have probably lost Game 6 in Oracle. There is no doubt in my mind they
Okay,
win
but
Game
I'm
7.
saying you know why I went that far, right? Because Houston played defense. The Cavs that year
we
didn't
were
play.
horrible
You were the
defensively, and
horrible
offensively we were horrible too. Without other than LeBron,
That's my point, though.
but that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not
Their
saying
teams are even, though. Let's be honest.
Okay, I'm not saying okay.
Because if Houston would have win, you would have beat them, right?
No.
If Houston would have win,
No.
LeBron wouldn't have beat them that year.
it's just LeBron. The only reason I would say
I'm talking about
LeBron
and
could have.
Kyrie and Kevin Love.
The Warriors had a history of being LeBron in the past, so mentally that wasn't a challenge to them. The Rockets never saw LeBron.
So I'm asking, if Rockets beat them that year and they play LeBron, Kyrie, and Caleb, you probably would have picked LeBron to win.
I'm probably going to pick LeBron because I pick LeBron against anyone other than KD, Clay, and Curry. Sue me. Right? Like, come on, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, he didn't have Kyrie, who didn't, like I said, didn't talk to him that entire playoff run. I was talking about the 2016 season. Bro hit the second greatest shot in NBA history, in finals history, excuse me.
But it was easier to trade Kyrie.
That's the initial point, I agree. But even still, at that time, man was at I wouldn't say an all-time high because 2016 was an all-time high.
But he just wasn't top 10. He wasn't. I'll say
that's
like
what riled him up.
if we're going by the
Okay.
literal definition of a superstar, which is the best player on a championship team, Kyrie Irving wasn't that then and is not that
he
now.
will
either.
never be.
Yeah, he's never gonna be that.
Nah, I think we can all agree he'll never be the best player in the championship.
I
He's a
can
great
agree.
number 2,
I
though.
can agree. I just don't.
But back to the initial point, Zion to the Knicks. I think there's some potential for it to happen down
Yeah.
the line, but I don't think it should be such a big story right now.